Good evening. We're told to provide some insight on the issues in the play, but it would obviously take a lot more than 5 minutes to do that. So this was quite a poignant description of a defining aspect of society in America. I found that this play uses one of the most divisive events in recent history to capture the human essence, the hurt, confliction, sadness, fear, anger, those emotions that actually bind us together, that unite us as one. As I read through the script, I was struck at how much I was experiencing a roller coaster of emotions that each of the characters portray. And tonight's performance of those words, those feelings, deeply touched me. And I suspect I'm not the only person who will leave tonight filled with a heart full of anger, fear, sadness, understanding, hope, and love all at the same time. As each character is introduced, a few brief descriptors are given: race, gender, approximate age, profession. And I found myself, as maybe some of you did, in contradiction with the spirit of the play, as I allowed those descriptions to define what I thought they were going to say, who they were. In the play, Reuben the barber is very clear. We wrongly base a lot on appearance. But what I love about this play is that the reflections of each of the characters goes well beyond that box of those descriptors. Each of them are so much more complex than their race, their gender, their age, their profession. The power of arts is truly evident in this play, which takes a real tragedy, a truly horrible situation, and creates a lesson of empathy for all of us. For me, Until the Flood is a beautiful expression of the importance of getting to know people as humans. I have the honor and privilege of working for Safe and Sound, a nonprofit here in Milwaukee, doing essential work to build relationships and help uncover the human behind the appearance. Safe and Sound's mission is to unite residents, youth, law enforcement, and community resources to build safe and empowered neighborhoods. The relationship between the community members and the law enforcement professionals that we work with that are depicted in this play, they hold true here in Milwaukee. They're very varied based on experience. Our approach has always been to find common ground between residents, especially young people, and law enforcement, and government entities to provide place-based solutions to problems together, to build relationships between and among each other, to bridge intergenerational gaps and build trust in law enforcement and hold them accountable to their promise to protect and serve the community. At Safe and Sound, we know that each police district is different, each neighborhood, each block, each resident. So our strategy is to individually build relationships to break down those stereotypes, the fear, the distrust, the anger. Programs like youth police dialogue sessions, restorative justice circles, and face-to-face create a space for those elephant in the room conversations. Community building efforts like block clubs and parties, cleanups, pop-up lots, resource fairs, and educational workshops provide opportunities for law enforcement and community members to work side by side and actually get to know each other. I have many takeaways from this performance, from the story it tells and the lessons it gives, more than I can talk about this evening. But the most striking to me is the young children fighting. It might seem extreme, as real as that example is. I certainly can't imagine forcing my 6-year-old to fight with other children to defend each other. Yet, we may not do this so explicitly, but we pass down our stereotypes, our prejudices, our self-hate, our trauma from generation to generation in nuanced ways all of the time. Our comments about race, our comments about certain neighborhoods, our political beliefs, our religion, we've all done it. And just like the father who goads his son into carrying on his legacy of abuse, we continue the cycle of bias and prejudice. The fragile and tragic depiction in Until the Flood is very real, and working on improving community police relations is challenging, and at times it can be very frustrating. But we continue to be motivated by the incredible resilience and dedication and strength of the members of this community. And we know that one by one, block by block, we're making a difference. The hope I have is that we all leave this theater tonight to commit to checking ourselves, get to know someone different, or even get to know someone that you thought you knew, beyond the descriptors. Don't let their demographics define their beliefs, just as your demographics don't define you. And one real easy way to do that is to drive through a neighborhood you don't know and learn about it. You'll be surprised if you challenge your perceptions of neighborhoods in Milwaukee. I'm proud to have grown up in the Sherman Park neighborhood, which, like every neighborhood, is filled with people as complex and dynamic as the characters in this play, with stories of perseverance, trauma, success, failure, hope, fear, ambition, conflict, and love. By breaking out of the boxes that we assign to one another, we can learn so much about the people and the world around us. So Safe and Sound is one of the REP's pillar partners, and I want to take this opportunity to thank the REP for bringing this important conversation to Milwaukee and for allowing me to share my thoughts on the play.